concert celebrating the life of my beautiful, beautiful wife, Jennifer, and my beautiful mother, Josephine. My family took a very hard hit, salud, losing the two most powerful rocks in our family, the most important people, in a period of 2 weeks, my wife, Jennifer, and my mother, Josephine. I'm really not doing the greatest. I have 2 kids. I have to stay strong for them. But this is devastating to me and our family in so many ways. It's devastating. It's absolutely devastating. And I'm just still trying to process how I'm going to handle all of this. And the only way I know how to handle things is with music. That's what I've done my whole life. Handle things with music, with my piano. Why stop now, right? So I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I met my wife, Jennifer, in Brooklyn. Me and my mom grew up, she raised me in Brooklyn, New York. This is called the Brooklyn Song. And I'm going to go into Brooklyn Funk. Grew up on the Coney Island side. Hot dogs and Nathan's and the Cyclone for a ride. Cruising down 86th Street. Got my windows open, blasting music with a beat. Saturday night at Bay Ridge. Picked up a girl, made out under the Verrazano Bridge. Late night food at Del Rio Diner. Nothing makes me feel finer. I'm crying too much, man. I don't think I can sing anymore. I got to take a break from singing. I've been crying all night over the loss of my mom, Josephine. It's been so tough, dehydrated. I can't sing anymore. It's freaking terrible, man. Grew up on the Coney Island side. Hot dogs and Nathan's and the Cyclone for a ride. I'm cruising down 86th Street. Got my windows open, I'm blasting music with a beat. Saturday night at Bay Ridge. I picked up a girl, made out under the Verrazano Bridge. I can't sing, that's it. I give up. Can't sing. Cannot sing. Let's just stick to instrumental music. My voice is shot. That's what happens when you're dehydrated. We got Hungary in the house here. That's what happens when you cry your eyes out that you lost your wife and your mother for 5 hours straight. Just can't do it no more. I got to take a break from singing. Let's do some instrumental music. Brooklyn Funk. Play the Godfather. All right. There's going to be a copyright issue, Joe. I can't do it, but let's do some. I'll do a little similar to the Godfather. I'll just do something similar, okay? Similar to the Godfather, right? A little bluesy Godfather. Two hungry Italians, yeah. I'll do a podcast with you, Joe, anytime, man. Hey, I named my son Michael. My son Michael, I named him after Michael Corleone. Forget about it, I don't. Man, I've been crying a lot, man. I am so heartbroken that I had two major losses in my life in a period of 2 weeks. It affected my whole throat. I'm like dehydrated. I can't even sing. I got to take a break from singing for a few days. I got to get my throat back. What are you going to do? Life sucks. You ever see the movie with Mel Brooks, Life Stinks? Life stink. Life stinks. Sometimes it really does, man, because life is not fair. When you have a situation where, I mean, okay, I get it. My wife had cancer for 10 years. People keep telling me, Rich, you got to understand that. She battled cancer for 10 years. You would have never knew she had cancer, my wife. My wife was such an amazing fighter. She was so powerful. You would have forgot. You would have saw my wife. You would have been like, Rich, are you sure your wife has cancer? That's how strong she was. She was the most amazing, powerful woman in the world. The greatest mother. She lived, my wife lived every day of her life for her family. That was it. Morning, lunch, afternoon, evening, the midnight. I'm going to wait till the midnight hour. You know, my wife, in the midnight hour, she's all love for me, baby. Love for her husband. Yeah, I got to go to Florida, Joe. I'm doing it. I'm going to go to Florida soon. I'm a New Yorker, Joe. That's it. Right. And I'm a New Yorker. Nothing's gonna stand in my way. I'm a New Yorker. Fighting to pass traffic every day. Got places to go, people to see. Every second counting. New York City. I'm a New Yorker. I need a lot of cash to get by. I'm a New Yorker. My dream limits onto the sky. Gotta be the best, can't settle for less if you're gonna make it in New York City. Little piano solo blows you away. I'm a New Yorker. Wanna see my face on billboards. I'm a New Yorker. My name in lights is my reward. Hard work and determination, sacrifice and motivation, going to do what it takes. I'm a New Yorker. I'm determined to reach the top. I'm a New Yorker. I have to keep moving and never stop. This city never sleeps, neither do I. Gotta keep working on until I die to make it. I'm a New Yorker. I can't stop until I make it in New York. I'm a New Yorker. That's an original song. I'm a New Yorker. Joe says, I got a crazy story to tell you that changed his life. I know you said you're upset, but I will tell you a story that's legit and give you the chills that changed my life forever. I mean, it's just, look, Joe, I'm not that I'm upset with God. I just don't understand sometimes. I know there's a plan. I know God has a plan, and I know that everything seems to happen for a reason. Okay, but you first take my wife, right? My wife's gone. She's only 46 years old. Now, I understand what you're going to say. I get it. She had cancer, 10 years, but the thing is, it actually happened very suddenly because she was fine. And then all of a sudden, it all happened like within like a month. A complete utter decline, which the girl suffered. She suffered. I don't even want to talk about it, man, because I get very depressed. She couldn't walk. She couldn't eat any food for 36 days. She had aspiration pneumonia. She had to be on a ventilator for 16 days. I don't want to talk about it. What plan is that of God? Like why does that happen for? Why does an innocent, beautiful mother of two beautiful children doesn't want to hurt a fly? Like why does that happen, Joe? You know, like why does he take her like that? Why does he make why was she suffering? I don't understand, man. I don't get it. And then my mother goes 2 weeks after that. My mother, she's got pneumonia too. She has a heart attack. She goes in a second, like it was like a second, it was like a split second. My mother went. So in a 2 week duration of time, everyone that was an important person in my family. Thank you so much, Lacey. And we got to talk soon. In a 2 week period of time, everyone in my family that was the rocks of our family are gone. So I don't know, like what part of God's plan is that? Like where in the divine plan does it say, well, I got to take away your wife, Rich. I'm sorry. It's just her time. And I also got to take your mother, Rich. I think that my wife's suffering has diminished our faith, not strengthened our faith. It diminished our faith. Definitely didn't strengthen it, no. Why would it strengthen it for? I mean, I just like to get some kind of answer. You know, why do you have to do that? Why have to make someone suffer for? I mean, I know Jesus suffered for us, and God bless him. God bless Jesus for suffering for us, but I don't know. The only signs I got, Joe, was I got ringing in my ears. I don't know if that's her. I do get that from time to time. We could talk about it, Lacey. I'm always open to your wonderful suggestions and ideas. Look, I get it. Disco Dreamcast. I'm not trying to say that I lost my faith completely in God. I'm not saying that, okay? I'm saying that I'm confused. I'm saying I'm angry. You know what's funny? I'll tell you this. My mother had a lot of faith in God, my mom. And throughout our conversations that I would have with my mom while she was alive about my wife, Jennifer, she was just like you. Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. Thank you. Colonnades, woobs here. Um, I will tell you this. My mom, her faith in God was huge. And she kept saying to me, Rich, you have to have faith in God. You have to have faith in God. And she said to me, Rich, believe me, there's a purpose to all of this. There's a meaning to all of this. The funny thing, though, is that I wouldn't call it funny, is that my mom now passed away within just a couple of days after we had this conversation. And I wonder if she's with God right now. I wonder, and if she is with God, I wonder if she's talking on my behalf to God. I would hope that my mom would say, you know, she knew how much I was hurting over Jennifer, and as well as I'm hurting over her. I wish she would ask God. She'd say, God, why did you do this for? Like what? You couldn't like spare Jennifer. You couldn't make her live longer. I mean, Sophia, the daughter's only 11 years old. She needs her mom. Michael's only 14. I never had a channel that got banned before, brother. It's just the same channel. Maybe, I mean, it was a long, long time ago that there was a copyright issue. You might be talking about that. It didn't get banned, though. We had a little copyright issue, and then they winded up YouTube taking off. There was like a few videos that we just had to like take off. That was like a copyright thing. I'm not saying, Joe, listen to me. Jesus suffered for us, okay? But why do, like, okay, so I'm just trying to understand this, Joe, because maybe you could explain this to me. The whole point is that Jesus suffered for us. God bless Jesus for that. I love Jesus, okay? And I'm not trying to say anything negative. God gave his only son to save us, and I agree with you. But now, I'm just trying to say, do innocent people have to suffer now too? Like, you think about, you read about children, Joe. Let me ask you a question. Like, there's children that get killed, and they get, like, I don't want to get into it with the Ukraine and with Israel, and I was reading all these stories and crazy stuff that went on. Okay, there with children, and I mean, what's going? Sometimes I just don't understand what's going on. That's it. I don't understand. Can someone explain it to me? Because I don't understand how children would have to suffer, or you know, innocent people, like good people, people that love God, people that follow his word, people that are family people, mothers, children, you know, they have to suffer. I mean, I don't know, because I don't get it. I don't understand it, man. Pat, the wife, I don't know if you heard, Pat, my wife passed away. Um, I don't know if you heard that, Pat. My wife passed away. I can't. My mom passed away too, Pat. I tell you, Joe, you and my mother would have got along great. My mother would have loved you, Joe. Listen, Pat, God bless you, man. I know you're a great guy. Uh, I got my family is hurting right now, Pat. My family is hurting. We are kindly and respectfully asking for support. If anybody has the good heart, I would really appreciate you considering to send a cash app. It's the $ Richard Lavoie. We're hurting bad, man. I wish people out there, I mean, once in a while we get great people who care, but sometimes I can't find great people who care, you know. My children lost their mother. I lost my wife. My children lost their grandmother. I lost my mother. We went through an extremely horrible time right now. It is the worst time. I know that, Joe. I do keep my kids strong. I definitely keep my children strong. I mean, look, I do question things. Like I'm reading this comment right here. God's grace wouldn't allow children to suffer. I mean, look, I just okay. There are things that are confusing to me. If you want me to be honest with you, there are things that are confusing. I don't get a lot of things. I would like to get answers. Like maybe if someone could, a priest or someone could explain certain things, because I don't understand certain things. You hear about certain things, children suffering. You hear about even innocent people like my wife. She suffered, and I don't understand why. Why did she have to suffer? She was a beautiful. I don't get it. That's all. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't think I'll ever understand it. Yes. Thank you, Jessica. Joe, we'll talk about. Let's talk about it on the phone. Maybe you could make. You seem like you have good insight on this, Joe. We could talk about it. I did take a big financial hit, Lacey. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I took a big financial hit now. I appreciate it, Lacey. Um, I was my wife's caretaker. I was making $3,000 a month. I lost that income. I was my mother's income. She had the Social Security and the pension. I was like 3,500 a month. We lost that income. It's like about 6,500 a month. We lost. I mean, I don't know, Eli, if you're being serious, but my wife and my mother passed away, brother. I don't know if you know that. There are things we are not meant to understand, Rich. It is hard. It's definitely challenging our faith. Let's get rid of this guy, Johnny Blaze. Bye bye. All right. Oh, thank you, Colin Hayes. God bless you, brother. God bless you. Thank you for that. You dropped this, just returning it. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. God bless you. I, Colin Hayes Woobs. I know, Joe. I know what you're saying about Jesus. Jesus could have sent down the angels when he was on the cross, but it had to happen. He had to suffer for all our sins. I just don't know why my wife had to suffer, Joe. I just don't get it. My mother went pretty quickly. I don't know. I don't think she suffered. It was very fast. Um, it was very. Thank you. I call it age whoops. God bless you. God bless you. I don't think my mother necessarily suffered, but it was so fast. But I suffered. See, I suffered. I suffered watching my mom have this. It was like a massive heart attack. I can't even think about it. I was talking the night before with my mom about her father, my grandfather Joe. He had a heart attack just like my mom, and my mother told me that was something that devastated her whole life. That her father had this heart attack, and now she had one, and very similar to her father. It's crazy. It's crazy. Thank you, I call it these wolves. Thank you. God bless you. You are the best. Life and death are horribly unfair. It's very true. Look, you want to know what it is? There's all different types of people in this world. There really are. Okay. But let's just talk about me for a second. Let's talk about me. Uh, it's hard for me to accept that there could be any possible good out of seeing my wife suffer. And I speak to a lot of people and they say different things. They say, no, this is all part of the divine plan. This is all part of the plan. You got to get closer to God. Look, I get it, but I can't make sense of it. I need sometimes to make sense of things. I need some kind of answers. I don't understand why this happened. That's all. No. I call it A's wombs. Your girlfriend's a psycho. Huh? Hey, at least you got a girlfriend. God bless you. Think about that. But it was very nice what you did. God bless. It's like I got to get sleep too. I got to get more sleep. It's terrible. But if anybody has Cash App, it's a lot easier for me if you wanted to help us out, if you went through Cash App. Look, Super Chats are great too, okay? It's just that Super Chats, YouTube charges a very high percentage. I don't know if you know that. And you have to wait like 2 months to get it. You have to wait for the next payment cycle. So it's a pain in the butt. You understand? Whereas Cash App, it's very low fees, and our family instantly receives it. Instantly. So that's why I always ask people, if you could do it by Cash App, that's the best choice. Hmm. I gotta get sleep. I try to sleep, but it's hard. It's harder now. It's harder now than it was 2 weeks ago. I'll tell you. When my wife passed away, it was hard for me to sleep. But I got a little rest. Now that my wife and my mom passed away, I'm hardly getting to sleep. I'm sleeping a little bit, but I feel tired. Yes, I call it A's wombs. Yes. What is the question? What is the biggest fear I've overcome? When I was young, I was when my son was born. I thought I was actually having a heart attack myself. It was the first time I was diagnosed with GERD, acid reflux. I went out with a buddy of mine, John. We went to this place called the Marina Cafe in Staten Island. We were drinking pitchers of a red sangria. Forget about it. I drank a whole bunch of it. I started getting this heartburn. I never knew what it was. I was younger, and that was my first experience with acid reflux. And thank you very much. Yeah, I hate that acid reflux. But I just remember I went to the hospital. I didn't know what's wrong with me. I was having a difficulty breathing. I had chest pain, and the fear was that I always said to myself, the last thing I ever want to happen to me is something to do with the heart. And I always got over it. You know, I used to get anxiety. I used to get worked up, but I got over it. But now I watched my mother pass away from what seemed to be a very serious heart attack. It's been kind of bringing it back again a little bit. It's been bringing back the fear, unfortunately. That's right. God bless you, Lacey. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to probably relax a little bit before I go. If anybody has a good heart, that is the Cash App, the $ Richard Lavoy. A very small contribution can help a family in need. Yeah, acid reflux does start, man. We all got some kind of issues going on, but I'm working on it. I'm going to get healthy for the kids. But right now, I'm going to relax a little bit. Colonies, Woobs, God bless you. Boss Lady, Lacey, God bless you. I will be back soon. God bless all of you.